Hey everybody, it is time for another auction video. This time it is the Ruins of Elf Premier League that I am once again co-managing, quote quote, cough cough, with Java. I'll let you guys figure out on your own how much managing or much of anything Java does to contribute. And it's a really strong manager pool. I mean, huge names in this. BKC, Astamatitos, Markov, PDC, we've got Tony Flygon, who's an SPL champion, Luigi, who's a classic champion. Very strong managers in this. Really looking forward to it. I have, as per usual, put a lot of time and effort, probably more than all the other managers combined, into doing prep because I take these things too seriously and I get a little compulsive with them. But yeah, I mean, you never know how the auction's going to go. One of the peculiar things about this particular auction is that I am starting in the unfamiliar position of having the second least amount of money to start out with, which is not usually the case. I'm usually someone who does not retain players, but we actually double retain this time around. We have both Ryza and Nails on the team. I didn't actually manage this tour last year. I inherited another team's retains. But yeah, I got those two guys who are really solid starters in their respective tiers, obviously. So even though the trade-off, of course, is that I don't have as much money as the other guys, otherwise I feel really good about my starting position. There's going to be a little bit of variance here as to when the players that I'm interested in get nominated. It could be a little sticky if somebody that I really want gets nominated very early on, and I'm kind of forced to make a decision because if I spend big early, it kind of it puts me in a position where I'm kind of locked out of several rounds of the auction and I just don't get to make moves and I can kind of be bullied off of players, and that's really not where you want to be. So my hope in an ideal world is that expensive players, but players that I don't overly feel like I really want to have, are the ones that get nominated. Oh. Yeah, there's Zom making his YouTube cameo. I told everybody in Discord that anything that they say to me during the auction is probably going to end up on the YouTube video, so I think this is Zom coming in here and taking advantage of that, which he doesn't need to because he has 3 times the subscribers that I do. Maybe I'll put a link in the description to his channel if you want to check it out, but subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. So who knows when this thing is going to start. We're already 6 minutes late. I don't know who we're waiting on, but always somebody because these things never ever start on time. But let me just talk to you in the meantime about the dynamics of this particular auction. So it's kind of weird. This tour is in the Twilight Zone, I think, because usually, I mean, at least in tours that I've played in, certainly on Pokemon Perfect, but in a lot of other tours too, like Pokemon Online Championship League, for example, the ADV tends to be super deep, and usually RBY is fairly deep as well. This is polar opposite. The RBY in this tour is super shallow and crappy. I have a list of like 8 names that I want, and some of them I'd be less than thrilled with. And the ADV is really sketchy too. It's not bad quality-wise in this tour. The problem is 3, if not 4 ADV players, depending on where McMegan goes, but Altaina, Zomog, Golden Sun, who are all better than pretty much all of the remaining pool, those guys all got retained. So now ADV is a mess. So basically we're fighting for the second tier players, and we're going to pay more than the better players that got retained, which is a crappy position to be in. So the ADV does not thrill me. I would say the 2 most loaded tiers in this particular tour, at least according to my list and my evaluations, are the Black-White and the GSC. The Black-White pool is stacked. You're looking at like Roro, FLCL, potentially Dice, Ryza, X-Ray, who else? Kitano, Xiaoyu, couple others. I could pull up my list, but the black-white is very, very deep. Then the GSC is also very strong. Century Express, Melee, Gorgie, Mr. 378, Lax, TDK, again, Dice potentially, Roro potentially. The GSC is really good. And then the DPP, that's the one where my list is in order other than the DPP. The DPP is not in order and is out of whack because I just making sure we're not lagging here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, well, apparently I missed the first two nominations. I don't know why the fuck they wouldn't do a ready check. Okay, well, that tilts me a little bit, but we're going to have to snap out of it, so let's see what just happened here. So, Alexander got bought for... Okay, TDK for 22, that's fine. I wasn't going to go for him anyway. Alexander for 30k, I wouldn't have touched. And Zakaru for 13 is a good value. So I'm a little bit aggravated that I missed the first couple. That is not supposed to happen. And of course, they didn't bother doing a ready check. But realistically, there's no way I was going near those prices. 30k Alexander is insane. Somebody paying this amount for M-Dragon is retarded. M-Dragon in these tours does not give a shit and is not going to try. And he's not worth this price anyway, but like, he's not going to care. 35 for M-Dragon is beyond insane. I wouldn't pay half that. He doesn't give a shit. If it's SBL and it's him in his prime, that's one thing. But no way in the current circumstances. The Zakaru price was probably low. I would have probably gotten in on that. But that price... 35.5 thousand for M-Dragon is crazy. Here's Finch. I'll dip out at this point. I love Finch. I'm not going to go this high though. There's other really good black-white. If this is the price on Finch, which again is, it's not as insane as M-Dragon, but it's high. M-Dragon's price was retarded. This is an overpay on Finch, but not to the point of, like, is this a meme tour? Yeah, this is too much. I can get FLCL or X-Ray for definitely less than this amount. And, yeah, wow, this is the third player going for over 30,000, which is ridiculous. Alexander for 30, Finch now at 32, and M-Dragon is what, 35.5? That's wild. That is effing wild. TDK out of here, 22 for him. I have no idea how good I would never spend 22k on RBY. Period. Any RBY, no matter who it is. GSC, could 22k be worth it? Maybe. Wow, we have two separate players in this auction going for 35,000 or more. I'm just sitting and watching. I would pay 23 or 24 for Finch, but these prices, man, are insane. 35 for Finch, 35.5 for M-Dragon, 30 for Alexander. Man, that makes me think I should have bid higher on Zakaru. I would have. I missed it. I didn't even know what was going on, but man, I'm baffled by these prices. These are great players, but can we live on Earth for a moment here? X-Ray I'm definitely interested in. Let's Let's see what that ends up being. I would go fairly high on X-Ray, but let's see what the numbers end up being. I mean, I'll pause for a minute, make them think that I'm actually thinking about it, but I would go quite a bit higher than this. 8.5 for X-Ray, I would come in my pants. I mean, that's retarded. He's worth double that. Of course, we're going to keep going. 9.5. I mean, X-Ray is probably worth 20. Is this real life? Is this a real auction? X-Ray for 9.5. What the fuck is going on in this auction? Hello? Is this real? 9.5 X-Ray? Fucking, let's go, boys. Did that just, what the fuck is going on? Is this the same player? Oh, you guys are nuts. God, this is going to be easy mode if people are going to drop fucking 35,000 on an M-Dragon who doesn't give a shit, and I'm going to pay literally less than a third of that on X-Ray. I don't know what just happened, but I mean, let's keep it going, boys. I am thrilled with my start. Thrilled with my start. Ryza nails X-Ray with 84,000 in the back. That is a fucking steal and a half. This is so ideal. It's not even funny. Like, what the fuck happened? People dropped 35,000 on M-Dragon and Finch, and then we got X-Ray for less than a third of that. All right, hey, that gives me a lot of wiggle room. That makes me kind of regret. I mean, again, I didn't see it, but I would have pushed harder for Zakaru, I think, because in my mind, he's one of the best ADVs left in the pool. So, yeah, I mean, maybe I could have gone 15 or something on him. My turn to Nom. We're going to bait out money. We're going to see who I can throw out there who I don't actually overly want. So let's go down to my handy-dandy bait section here. And let's get rid of... let's try this guy. I don't know this guy. Oops, no caps. One true Lycan. Somebody will buy him. And if not, 3K is a cool sub. There you go. See how much money this gets out. Looking to get 10 or more out. I don't have anything against this guy. I just don't really know him. I know that he's a new gens guy. I know that he's good. I have no clue where he stands in old gens. He and I weren't in contact before the tour. I just don't know enough about this guy to go for him. I don't know if this is an overpay or an underpay. If a player is genuinely really talented, then you would think that like paying like 7 or 8K or whatever it ends up being can never be too bad of a deal, because if you're talented, you're talented. Again, the issue here is I just don't know what I don't know. 10K for this guy. I don't know if it's a good price or a bad price, but the goal of the nomination was to get money away from the other managers, which is what we did there. So we will see how that plays out. Now we're going to go for another bait nom, and let's try Posse G. $3K, done and done. Okay, there we go. There's a 10K. That works. I don't think he needed to do that. Or just kidding. I guess somebody's willing to pay more. Alrighty, so decent bait rounds. So we drew 21,000 and counting from the other managers. That's fine with me. 11 for Posse. I have no idea where Posse is in GSC. The reason I didn't bid there is because he specified that he only wanted to GSC. I even talked to him privately to confirm that if he were willing to ADV, Posse is absolutely worth that price, 11 or more. But because he supposedly, I mean, who knows with him, but supposedly he's not ADVing, and if that is the case, then I can't. Again, I just don't know what I don't know. Good players are just good in general. When I've seen Posse play other tiers, not necessarily GSC, but like DPP and Black, White, and Oros, he's fine. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he. Oh wow, 3K Hitmonlee. But yeah, I don't know if Posse's like an expert GSC player. He's been fine at other tiers, but like not a standout. ADV, he's a stud, but I don't know if that's the case for any other tier. And I guess we'll find out. Hitmonlee for 3K, if he were willing to RBY the whole tour through, would be a good deal. Okay, here's a player that I really, really want, and I have money, so I can definitely make a push here. I'm a big fan of this player. I think he's very, very good. I know already from talking to people before the auction that Hyoga Fodex is going to want him, and that's fine. I have money in this position, and I'm absolutely willing to make a push here. Every time I go to type in a new bid, the price keeps going up. 15.5, 16, 17, 17.5, 18. All right, well, can't go this high. I genuinely want this player. I think he's very, very good. 20K, I can't get there. There's enough good GSC left in the pool, and yeah, I just don't think I need to. If other managers are going to be spending this kind of money, I can just pick up players that I really want, which at this point would be Behe, We Three Kings, FLCL, those kind of guys. Yeah, I mean, I was planning on making a hard push for Century Express, and even with the steal that I got on X-Ray, and let me assure you that that was beyond a steal. X-Ray's worth double what I got him for. This is way over where I could go. I was planning on making a push. I could see 15 was the number that I had in my mind, but given how much money I saved on X-Ray, I could see going as high as like 17. But 23, I mean, Century Express is awesome, but I mean, this is a very talented team. Altina, Alexander, Century Express. That's a good squad, but 5.5, that's too low. I could just take them for RBY. Yeah, there we go. Even 8. Okay, there we go. There's 10. There's 11. Okay, I won't go that high. 13. I knew that would happen. He told me. I talked to him privately. He said that he'd go for 10 or less, and I told him that's not realistic. I told him he would go for more. I was correct on that. And yeah, I mean, his stock is super high right now. He's no longer a secret. People know this guy. He's well known, well respected at this point. And he just came off a decent SPL, including a playoff victory. That's going to automatically shoot anybody's stock up. Oh, there's Java bitching at me that I'm not chatting. Whew. 16K for Kitano. Good player. Is he better at Black White than X-Ray at all? Never mind, so much better that he's worth 7.5K more? I'm going to say no, but I guess you never know. Heroic Troller. Very, very good. Not so much at tiers that aren't RBY. I am not going to touch him here because he made it explicitly clear in his post that he will not play a single game of RBY, period, at all. I thought I had him down for bait. Maybe not. But yeah, if he's playing ADV or whatever, $10K for ADV Troller. Yeah, I mean, hey, the ADV pool's not great, but yeah, that is going to be more than I want to pay for ADV Troller. I would say this auction's going about as well as it could realistically go right now. I would say that the prices on Alexander, Finchinator, and especially M-Dragon are through the fucking roof. And I would say the price on X-Ray was an absolute steal. And I would say that people are, as usual, spending more than I would spend on players. Century Express is great, but that price was too high. Caetano is very good, and he's an up-and-comer. Maybe that price will be right in a year. Right now, that price is too high. And Heroic Troller for not RBY, this price is insane. I think Troller got purchased for POCL for ADV, and he went like 03. He's crushed at ADV. He was good at it at one point, and that point is not today. 14.5 for ADV Troller is absolutely an overpay. Troller and Finch are great team guys. These are guys who know how to win and are tryhards, and they prep and they add a lot to the team environment. So as far as like having the right environment and a winning environment, they definitely have succeeded in that regard. But I don't know that talent-wise, that's where you want to be. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cross Sukata right off the list. He is coming off a rough SPL. Now, one bad tour does not... Did I not have him down? I thought I did. I must have just forgot to add him, but I talked to him one-on-one. But yeah, Sulcata for me would have been maybe 10K, only because I have the money to spend. 16.5, I think, is crazy. I mean, people are so paranoid, especially because of SPL, where GSC is a tier that you just can't dick around in, where you have to spend money and get an actual guy. That's very much true in SPL. It's a tier where it's just very skill intensive, and there's just a big discrepancy between the top end and the bottom end. And having a real and proper guy is key. It's super, super important. It's a tier that you can't compromise on. But those things are not true in this kind of tour. There's plenty of GSC. I actually think I'm going to have the exact same problem. It's looking this way. It's looking like I'm going to have the exact same problem that I had in Pokemon Online Grand Prix. And this is a good problem to have, by the way. For those of you who watched that auction and are wondering how it went, my team was in first place wire to wire. We won the whole tournament undefeated. But what I think is going to happen here is the same problem as with that tour, which is I think I'm going to have a bunch of money left over. I think that the players that I want, the FLCLs, the Behees, the We Three Kings, those kind of guys, I might get several of those players and end up with too much money left over, because I started with the second least amount of money, and all of a sudden I have the second or third most amount of money because people are just spending ridiculous prices. So it's looking to me like I'm going to be able to get the dudes that I want and probably still have a pile of money left over. Fine with me. I mean, I never know what to say. I don't want to sound like an arrogant douche. I approach these things a certain way, and it's certainly not the norm. Most of these other guys seem to approach these auctions a different way than I do. They spend really aggressively early. In my opinion, they overspend. They evaluate players differently than I do, and they just make what look to me like auction mistakes. I mean, I don't want to criticize anybody. I do this my own way, and I have pretty consistent results. So, I mean, I'm just going to stick to my guns. But, I mean, some of these teams are good. Don't get me wrong. Just like, Dice M-Dragon is fine, but, like, you started with 120K. You have 64 left. So, literally on two players, one of which I think is going to give minimal fucks in this tour, I think you spent half your team's budget on two guys, which I can't get there. This team is good for sure. Altina, Alexander, Century Express is solid for sure. Again, I think they overspent to get there, and I think they're going to have to therefore fill it in with some mediocre pieces, whereas I anticipate having a solid team all around because I'm being more disciplined than these people are. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with my position. Other managers are just dumping money, and a lot of the players that I want are still in the pool. I'll do this all day. I'll let managers keep spending. I'll spend my next couple rounds baiting. And it looks to me like the most likely outcome is I'm not going to have a single spot that I'm unhappy with. Love Zakaru. Zakaru is probably an underpay. Like I said, I missed it. Not going to harp on it, but 13K for Zakaru in general is too low. And especially given the prices that other players ended up going for, that's definitely an underpay. Does Marco not have a draft sheet? What a fucking noob cakes. Why do you need the player list? Do you not have a sheet? You suck, Marco. How did I lose to you in SPL? Ugh. Now, Marco's a better player than me, but I'm not so sure about a better manager. We three kings I definitely want, and I am in a position here to make a push. 9K? Yeah, I mean, I can afford this right now. 12.5? Let's do it. 13. What do we have now? Yeah. 14, we three kings. 14. Getting a little snug. I think we'll go one more bid here. Okay. 15. Alright, we'll stop at this point. So we'll get him off the board. I'll make the push for FLCL later. I'll make the push for Bihi. I'll make the push for Ebola, which I don't think is going to be that expensive the way that RBY is going. And I think we'll be in a good place. Dice M Dragon We Three Kings is certainly a talented team. The difference is I have a comparably talented team of Verizon Nails X-Ray, and I have almost $40,000 more. In fact, do I have the most money? I'm basically tied with the Crowbats, but the two of us, our teams have quite a bit more money than everybody else, and I am A-okay with that. Rob Jr., let me start getting rid of people from my list. So, We Three Kings is gone, X-Ray's gone, Void is gone. Rob Jr., I think I had him in the bait section. Yeah, Rob Jr. Yeah, just gonna sit back and make the push for the guys that I want. Doesn't seem like I'd be totally fine with these two for the ADV core, or like one of those plus shortage, or one of those plus bad dummy would be fine. Behe, I want to make sure that I lock up. I think I could force Behe without too much issue at this point. And my GSC, I don't have anybody yet, but I'm going to make a point to get... this guy's gone. I'm going to make a point to get the guys that I want. I feel really good. Ebola. I'm going to get Ebola at any remotely reasonable price, and I'm going to have by far the best RBY in this tour. I'll pause for a second to make them think that I'm thinking, but I'm not. I'm absolutely making this bid, and I'm absolutely making this bid too, but again, every time I pause, I'm going to make them think that I'm thinking about it, but I'm not. I'll go even more. I'd go like 13 here. I want Ebola, and I'll have by far the best RBY in the tour. 10-5, give it to me. Love it. So our RBY is by far the best in the tour with Nails and Ebola. And yeah, no, that went pretty much exactly the way that I wanted it to go. Oh, Behe, yes, come to daddy. I absolutely want Behe. I have money. I will make a... Whoa! 19,000? I don't know about that. All right, sorry, Behe. I wanted you. I mean, I'll bid on Behe and I'll go hard, but not 19 hard. Well, I'm gonna get him off the list either way. Because I'm sure as hell not. I'm sure as hell not paying 19. I mean, I love Behe and I wanted him, but 19K is crazy money. Okay, so Behe for 19K. Well, I wanted him, but I mean that price is cray cray. I can't. I mean, it's not that wild. It's an overpay. It's not like an M Dragon overpay, but it's an overpay. But yeah, I just no way. 19,000. Can't do it. Good team you got up there though. Roro, Metalgross, Posse G, Behe. That's solid. Yeah, I'm gonna end up with too much money. And I think what's going to happen is X-Ray is going to get moved down to DPP, and I'm going to end up getting FLCL for black-white. Here's another good DPP that I can dip my toes in on a little bit here. 10. Meh. Eh. All you. Marco goes hard on these. I hate I hate when people draft like that. What if he didn't need to spend 10? What if he could have just gotten them there for 7.5 or 8 or whatever? Why throw away that amount of money? Yeah, Shaw, you interest me. I won't push further than that. I like Shaw, you, but I think I can get FLCL, who I think is better. I think Shaw, you has gotten a lot better and is much improved. But I think that my big pushes are going to be FLCL. Yeah, I still need to fill in ADV and DPP too. I'm not in a position right now to get overly cute with. I'm not in a position to get overly cute with Shaw Yu here. I don't need a black white, and that would be the primary purpose of him. If I really were in a position, oh fuck, black white's drying up. I really need a guy here. But that's just not the case. I have the flexibility to put X-Ray and black, white, or DPP. That gives me a lot of wiggle room. 11.5 is a perfectly fair price for a good and continuously improving player. But I just don't need to. So the team I'm most worried about here is these guys who have the most money. But otherwise, I could bully anybody around. They're probably the only people stopping me right now from getting FLCL, which I think I really need to make a big boy push for at this point. Now that Shaw Yu is gone, I think there's a drop-off with the next options if I don't get him. I think the difference between an FLCL and like a Luck Skill or an Ace 11 is substantial enough to where I need to make a pretty reasonable push if it comes up. I wouldn't be unhappy with like a Luck Skill or an Ace 11, but I think FLCL is a good amount better. Alternatively, what I can do is I could simply keep X-Ray in I can keep X-ray in black-white, and I can go with like Marshall plus Stone or Emerald's gone. Marshall plus, okay, Kingler was on the bait list. We shall, Ebola's gone. That was hot. If I do have excess money, what I'm going to try to do is bleed out the RBY, because I already have by far the best RBY core, and I think that I can bleed it out even further with excess money, just picking out some of these other guys out of the pool, snatching up like a Roses or a Kichi, even like a Narwhal. I don't think is going to be that expensive, but like it's such a shallow RBY. Vileman is a player that I think will draw out money. It sucks too because I wanted Luna and somebody's going to get him for cheap, but yeah, with Ebola, when I have Nails Ebola, I mean those two are just going to be RBY forever. I could play Nails and ADV, but he's at home in RBY, and like I said, I think one of the strengths of my team at this very moment is that I have the best RBY in the tournament, and I definitely want to push that. FLCL and GSC is my priority at this moment. And then we got to figure out the ADV, which is a little shallow. If I get like KG plus H-Clad, I think that's pretty solid. That's probably the ideal scenario. I think there's definitely a drop-off at a certain point, probably here about, or maybe X line about. It's, yeah, probably, there should probably be a line like here where I think there's a drop-off. Let's see, are these guys all in the pool? Yup. Yeah, very happy being patient. Let's see, I'll go FLCL. I'll get 378 and either Gorgie or Mel. And I think we'll be in business. Roses will go ahead and dip 3.5 on. 5K Roses, 6K Roses. For me, he'd be more of like a sub kind of player. I think his best tier in this tour is probably RBY, which I certainly do not need help in, so I'm gonna just go ahead and take him off the list. Oops. Get rid of Roses here. 9.5 feels like a lot. I'm not surprised by that price, and I think that Roses is a generally solid player. When I think of Roses, I think of Jack of all trades, master of none. He's somebody who is good at a lot of tiers. I don't know if he's amazing at any tier. Sure. My turn to nom? Okay, let's think this through here. How can I draw money from these guys in particular? HMLAM and Rosie Bear. Okay. I mean, drawing money from anybody would be good. Let's see. How about Raichi? Yeah, let's try Raichi. That'll get some money from somebody. 3K? There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. HML is bidding. There we go. That's the guy that I would like to buy him here. I'd like to get some money out of him. 6K? Yeah, keep going. Come on, HML. You want Raichi. He's the GOAT. Keep going. 7.5. My guess on Raichi would be 9 or 10. 7.5 is lower than I want, so I guess that wasn't the best bait in the world. Nope, we're going. 8K. Any more? Marco is not the guy I want to drain money from. There we go. Tony works. Tony and Marco going back and forth. Looks like HML dipped out. Let me take this opportunity to chug some milk here. $9K. All right. Who else can we bait? Let's try. Let's try this. The Crayon Poppers. Copy. 3-5 for Luigi. 4. 4-5. Keep it coming. 5-5. Keep it coming. Blarg is another one of these players. A lot of the guys on my bait list fall into the exact same category. Wellu, Eternal Spirit, Blarg, all the same guy. Basically, really good, really talented, new-gen players, but I don't know if they're as good at old gens. I don't know if they're bad at old gens, but I don't know if they're as good. And for example, looking at this price, like, who's better at black-white, do you think? X-Ray or Blargle Fargle? And insult to injury, X-Ray costs less. Okay, that did what I wanted it to do. That got money. That got money out of these guys. So, or the Crobats rather. So now I have more or less the same amount of money as them. But I need, yeah, I feel very good about that. Martial Law, I will make a push for. I was hoping he did not get nommed now because I'd like to save up my push for the guys that I really want. But yeah, I mean this is a good bid. DPP is pretty deep. Yeah, I'll go 0.7 on Marshall. 8 for Sunny Shore Shamans. 8-5. I'd kind of like the Shamans. I mean, I'd fine ending up with Marshall. He's good. I just I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to bid with these guys because I'd really like the Shamans to spend money right now. If it were any team but them, I would bid 9.5, and that's a good price there. That was solid for them. Marshall went X1 last year. He had a very good run, and he's a solid player. I think that was a good buy for sure for them. I just am not prepared to spend that right now when I have to fill out 3 of my tiers. And now, granted, Marshall could help me fill out the tiers, but like I said, the biggest point of that for me was one of these teams spending money. Crobats would have been ideal. It's a good team. They have a real good squad. Altina, Alexander, Century Express, Marshall. They just spent so much to get there. I have comparable talent to 4. I just have a lot more money. I would say my biggest rivals at the moment are probably Crobats here. Eternal Spirit. Same deal. Good player on my bait list. Really good new gen player. If gens 6, 7, 8 were in this, I'd be super into Eternal Spirit for more money than this. But they're not, and as such, I am going to let somebody else get them. I'm just going to stay here patiently. Did he delete his sign up? FLCL? Just got to check the player list real quick. He should still be here. Players all alphabetically. Is he not here? Did he delete? Oh, he might have deleted his sign up. That changes things. Eden here. I gotta find out if FLCL deleted, which it actually kind of looks like he did. So that would change things a little bit. He does not appear to be here, so perhaps he did delete his sign up. Okay, well, I did not see that, so that is a preparation mistake on my part. So that's going to force my hand a little bit, because that's the player that I thought I was waiting on. That's okay. This is why we improv in the draft. So, what that's going to do, that is going to... I'll nom him next time to make sure that he's gone, but I'm pretty sure. So what that's going to do is that's going to keep X-Ray in black-white, where I'm tremendously confident. That makes me almost wonder if I should have bid more on Behe, even though he's super expensive. Right now, we need to focus on ADV GSC, and then the DPP is all just like a mountain of comparable-ish players. There's no superstar in here. So I am going to focus on getting the best of what is left of the GSC and the ADV pool. The DPP is going to be my last priority. I will fill that out accordingly, and then yeah, and then we've got ourselves a team. Wow, this is a lot. Also, that's really douchey. This comment here, like, totally unnecessary. Totally fucking unnecessary. You don't want a player? That's fine. Don't be a jerk. Eden does not suck. Yes, he had a bad SPL. Yes, he can be streaky. Eden does not suck. Don't be a dick. Alrighty. Let's see. Crobat's up. Ugh. It's a solid team, the Shaman's there. All right, guys, let's move on with the auction. Just checking on once again, just kind of hoping that FLCL is gonna reappear, but alas. Yeah, so the plan right now is we're going to. Nope. I do like Christos, but I view him as a sub more so than a starter. The plan right now is we're going to push for 378 and then one of Gorgie or Mela. And then we're going to try to go for H-Clat and KG. And we will fill out the DPP accordingly. I'd be same level-ish of happy with most of these players. Like I said, I don't see a superstar here. Behe was the guy that I really wanted, and he's gone. Here's Stone Cold. Totally will dip in at this point. 3-5. Got him, got him. Okay. All right, there we go. 4K Stone Cold. Alrighty, HML's got Stone Cold. That is fine. I liked playing with Dave quite a bit actually in SPL. He's a really nice guy. He's a busy guy as I am, but I like him a lot. All right, we'll talk about Dave later. Nice guy, but here comes 378. Got to make the push, especially with FLCL gone. This is a big part of my draft plan. We're gonna lock this player up at any remotely reasonable cost. 5.5 is a retarded cost, but money, I don't want to say doesn't matter because money always matters, but like money almost doesn't matter at this point because I've got a lot. Other teams are going low, and I need this player. Yeah, I mean, I can go. How much do I have here? A lot. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna push here as much is necessary. $12. I mean, I can go like 15, 16 here, which is an overpay. But I mean, I just can because I have it. I could probably pay like 17 or 18 here if I absolutely had to. I got the money, man. Cool. There's my boy, Mr. 378. I wonder if I can get both Gorgie and Mela. Not only would that bleed out the GSC for other teams, but I can also swap those guys back and forth and have one of them play ADV. So now that I've picked up 378, I wonder if I can kind of bleed this tier out and pick up both of these dudes. How are the other teams doing on GSC? Posse G, maybe Raichi, Sulcata, Century, nobody, Dice, nobody, maybe Zakuru. Okay, yeah, so TDK, so there's one. Yeah, it looks like the other teams still need GSC, so maybe I can pick up Mela plus Gorgie and really cut people at the knees. Well, my multiple-time POCL teammate, like Wellu a lot. He's another one of those new-gen superstars, but not so much so in old gens. I don't think he's a bad old gen player. I hate this. I hate spending middling money for a middling player. I mean, the price is fine if you're going strictly by what he's worth. I'd rather spend a little more and get a real stud. Mount Moon Men to Nom. Okay. Kushalos. Yeah. 4-5. Okay, that's getting a little higher than I want it to go. Kush is pretty good. I'm leery because he was ultra inactive during SPL. Now, granted, he didn't have a lot of opportunities to play. Maybe if there were more chances there for him, he would have given a shit a little bit more. But he was not... he definitely could have been more present. 7 for Mela. Sure. Let's go 8 Mela. 8.5, in fact. 9. Oops. Got in too late. I meant to get him there. H-Clat. H-Clat, we're gonna make a push here. 5. 7-5. Yeah, 7-5. We're gonna make an H-Clat push here. One of the better ADVs. Sure. I have money, and the quality of the player pool is absolutely drying up, so I will push here as needed. How high are we going? 13.5? I mean, I can spend basically any amount here. That seems to be a trend in my in these drafts that I do. I just don't overpay early the way that other managers do, and as such, I often end up with a lot of money in the back. The biggest critique I would say about my drafting style is that you can look back and go, hey, maybe I could have gotten Alexander. Hey, maybe I could have gotten Finch or whatever. This is an overpay for H-Clap, but I have money and the ADV's drying up, so keep it coming, boys. 17.5. Who needs money? How much? 18.5. That was an expensive H-clat. 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 GSC lax. $10K lax. Alright, let's see. Let's check on money here. I have the third most, but in the case of this team, I effectively have more because I have more guys than them, and then these guys, they have a lot of money up there. Okay, let's take this opportunity to update the list. Let's get rid of H-clat. Let's get rid of Mela and Lax. So yeah, we're gonna push for Gorgie, KG, and then we're going to fill out our Wow, M's team kind of blows. I was about to say that M has a decent team going, but let's just go with M is a nice guy. I don't overly... Yeah, that team doesn't impress me, to be frank. Alright, so we're going to push KG, Gorgie, DPP, and then, I mean, whatever with subs. So... KG, Gorgie, 2 subs. Yep. Pony Plains, Ponytas. I had to keep an eye on the DPP. I don't want it to... There we go. There's Gorgie. Have to, right? GSC. Oh, yeah. It's a big drop-off after Gorgie. Let's... We're gonna do this whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Gorgie's a boss. We're making the push. 20? How much money do I have? 42? 21 Gorgie. It's an overpay for sure, and I'd rather have Zakaru for 13 or whatever he went for, but let's see. What does the GSC look like? God, that's so much. 22 Gorgie. Am I really considering? I can't. 23. No, I can't. It's just yeah, I can't. 23 is so much. Well, that was a player that I wanted, but this is why we have backup plans. Looks like good old luck skill is gonna get in there. Okay, so that... Where did Gorgie just end up on this team? Fair enough. Alright, so we'll get luck skill for GSC, where he's quite underrated. I don't know how much he plays it these days, but he's quite underrated. I'm okay on money. There's going to be a couple players to fight on here. Kevin Garrett. I believe there is a space. Frisoeva. KG's still in the pool, right? I mean, that was an obvious typo, but I want to... Pretty sure I saw his name earlier. Where is he? Yeah, he's right here. Kevin Garrett is still in. We'll make the KG push a little bit later. Going to... Frisoeva, whatever his name is. Get him. Where did I have him as a sub? Yeah, I had him down somewhere. Frisoeva. What do you got? Is it my nom? Am I being a dick? No, it is the Iggly buffs. It'll be my nom next. I'll do a test to make sure. Yeah. So we're just waiting on a nom. Okay. Kevin Garrett. Almost missed him there. I want me some KG. Total. Oh man, I almost missed him there. This is why we got to pay attention. 4.5. 5.5. KG. I have more money than Iggly buffs. I mean, they might just be upbidding me, but I can play this game for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. There's quite a drop off. Like it's just like it's bad dummy after this, and I don't know how active or reliable he is. His schedule kind of sucks. Well, I hope KG gives a shit. He's worth this price if he cares. Whether or not he's going to play or give a shit is a different question, and I'm definitely going to have to draft a substitute. I hope this doesn't end up being a waste. Talent-wise, 100% worth it if he gives a shit. Got him. Got me a KG. Alrighty. Kevin Garrett. Oops, not in GSC. Kevin Garrett. Alright, I do not have a ton of money anymore, so let's try to extract money from the other guys while I wait to fill out my squad here. Let's see. Who is left that might draw out some money? How about Soul Gazer I might end up having to actually pick up. So let's try... let's try JYT Campbell. A little more. There we go. 4K, 6K. There we go. All right. Get some money out of there. JYT Campbell. Where are we money-wise? I think I have to extract a little more money from dudes. 4, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to get money out of guys. These guys have been really inactive. They're saving up for sprinkles. Uh. Vile Man I may end up needing for GSC, so I don't know if he's the right bait either. Though there are some other options here that are decent. Let's do this. This will get money from somebody. Let's get Bad Dummy. Come on, go more than 5. Six on Bad Dummy. 7. Yeah, I'm really happy with my team. It's a team that doesn't have like a mega superstar player, but it's a team of everybody is rock solid. Everybody is good, and typically balanced teams like that are really strong in these tours. I don't know how many like ultra mega superstar players there were in this tour to begin with. There's like Dice, there's Finch, there's Alexander. There's Roro, of course, but he got retained. So did Dice. But yeah, I mean, other than like guys like that, there just really weren't that many like mega superstars to begin with. TDK falls into that category, but not in not in these tiers. TDK would definitely be that guy in 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we need DPPs and a GSC. Because I missed out on the premium GSCs, and man, were several of them expensive. Century Express and Gorgie were super pricey, but they're gonna go for it. Good suggestion, he says. Somalia. 3K. It's pretty good. That was a good buy. He's worth more than that. Okay. Somalia it is. There's just so much DPP. I can't push myself money wise to. I don't need to spend more. There's so much comparable talent DPP. But yeah, like I said, I like my team. It's devoid of any superstar players, but it's very solid all the way around. Every single one of these guys can super duper hold their own and get wins. Cole 49 wasn't even on my list, not overly familiar, not gonna bid. Other thing that I can still do is yeah, that's not the worst. I can still move X-Ray into DPP, and I could pick up one of these dudes for the black-white. I'm interested in Sprinkles. Think what you want about him behaviorally. Kid could play. Sure. Sprinkles it is. No problem. Laugh it up. Sprinkles can play. Let's see. 22K, which is effectively 16K for a GSC and a DPP. Alice is good. She is an underrated GSC player. She's not the person that I want to fill in my final spot among the current choices, but she's a underrated player, and at 3.5, that was a nice pickup for them. Yeah, not too much to say at this point. Guys that would give me some amount of versatility. I can see Manat. I can see Luck Skill or Ace 11 would be great pickups for me. Lighthouses is someone that I think is underrated and would be really nice if he's cheap. He's gone. Shortage, I think, is solid. Jock was out of the pool. I can't believe nobody's gone for Vile Man yet. Nobody's touching RBY after Ebola got eaten up. Yeah, RBY is going to be cheap, but I mean, it just is what it is. I have the best RBY in the tour. Other people are not going to spend a lot for RBY, but I mean, at this point, who is there to spend a lot on? Ugh. GGGGD. I've heard of this guy. I think he's a Little Cup player, but I'm not overly familiar with him. The Sprinkler. X-Ray. Who else? KG, 378, Ebola. I'll let them do that. Let's see who else we got. HCLAT. Ebola. Have I talked to Kevin Garrett? Yeah, no, I'm going to have to find him. And Salty French Guy. Again, decent DPP here. I mean, again, broken record. There's just so much comparable talent DPP that it doesn't matter if it's him or Haru or Sagu or whatever. They're all the same-ish. Maybe I just grabbed Snowfall. He had a really bad ROPL last year, so I think his stock is probably down because he had a crappy tour, but he's better than his record last year would indicate. Wow, this is a lot for SFG. 10K? 10K for anybody at this point of the auction is fairly late. Who else have I not invited yet? Ebola, HCLAT, X-Ray, Sprinkles. No, it's just KG. He is in this room somewhere in the talk room. Swear I saw him in here. Here he is, Kevin Garrett. Invite to the Ludicolo server. Salty French Guy, 12.5. I mean, again, say what you want about Sprinkles. Sprinkles is a better player than Salty French Guy, and it cost me half. Whether you like the guy or not, he can play. Ugh. Subs are really important in these tours. I mean, this is not the most exciting part of the auction as far as, like, people flinging money everywhere, but subs are Really, really important in these tours. Oh, just waiting on a nom. Sure, do a quick lag test here. We're fine. Just waiting on a nom. Leo, 3K. I would get Leo secure, Shakur, but I would not. I would not pay more. He's a sub. He's a decent sub. He was on my sub list, as you will see. No snub for him. Yeah. 4K Ace 11. Okay, there's 5. Okay, too much. There's other guys. I'll just grab Luck Skill or Manat for comparable money. Not going to pay 6K when I do not overly need black-white at this moment. $7K. Yeah, I mean, Ace 11's good. You got to draft for need, especially when it gets to the nitty gritty at the end here and money is tight. I don't need another black white right now. Byron was also somebody, again, not snubbing him. He was on my list. He was on my sub list down here. I think he's pretty decent, but not going to. Subs are guys that I want to pay exactly 3K for. And as such, we're not going to upbid. We're not quite at the point of just, pick your sub, because, I need actual starters still. But, yeah, toward the end, it does kind of become pick your pleasure, pick your sub. So for DPP, let's see, we have Haru. Energy, I think, is good. Snowfall, I think, is good. Those are probably my two guys. Manat would give me an amount of flexibility. What do we got here? Hantsuki. Not a player that I'm interested in. However, he just won SPL as a manager. Sir Hantsuki, congratulations. Salute to you. Winning SPL is really awesome. I hope to do the same next year, but let's go one thing at a time. Props to him, but I'm not buying him. Mm-hmm. 7-5 Hantsuki. Well, if two people want me to get a player, maybe I could throw the 3K out there and grab them at the end. But right now we need to fill out the. Right now we need to fill out the lineup. Everybody's getting pretty tight. I'm somewhere in the middle at this point. I need 2 actual starters, though, and this team needs 5 starters. So, I mean, they have a lot of money, but the pickings are going to start getting a little tight. God, I'm never letting Marco manage anything again. He is so not managing PPL. How many people do I need? Come on, man. I mean, he says stuff and he tries to come off as dumb or naive or whatever, but he actually has a nice little team up here. Now, granted, he started with these two, so I'm not really sure how good his actual draft has been. His draft has been picking up Posse, throwing a mountain of money at Behe and then just grabbing dudes. So, I mean, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. You're going to pay more for him, or I'm going to bleed you dry. I'll take Luna for 3-5. I shouldn't dick around too much because I still need starters. I would like to make these guys pay more for a good RBY, but I'm not in the position right now to just totally fuck off. I need to actually secure my own team before I can do that. So we're gonna go ahead and let that one go, even though I think Luna is good and he was probably my primary backup plan had I not ended up with Ebola. 6.5, good. I'm glad somebody else knows that Luna's the real deal, and he absolutely is. That was a good buy. That dude can play. Happy for him. Sakito, I have no clue who that is. Did I invite? I did not invite 378 yet, did I? I meant to. Invite Mr. 378. Back to the auction. Sakito 3K. I just don't know. I just don't really know who that is. What do we got? Waiting on a Tony BKC nom here. Yeah, luck skill is the plan here, and yeah, and then some DPP goodness. Like I said, someone like a Manat or a Lighthouses would give me an amount of flexibility. This guy is good for sure. We'll go 5 on Vileman. 6. This guy's good. 6, 5, 7. All right. I mean, he's worth this price for sure. I just don't have that money right now. But yeah, 7.5 Vileman is a good price. This guy's worth probably 8 or 9, I'd say. 8.5. Yep. He's just going for what he's worth, which is totally fine. 8.5. Yeah, that was a good buy. Like I said, I think he's worth 8 to 9. 8.5 is right in the middle. That was simply purchasing a good player for what they're worth. Luck skill and another DPP is what we're looking at here. Askov, this is another one who was not on my list. Definitely have some flexibility here. I can put X-Ray into DPP and put luck skill in black-white, or I can keep X-Ray in black-white and put luck skill in GSC. So I can have any 2 of the 3 remaining spots that I have basically already filled. I have to be really careful with this nom because what I don't want to happen is accidentally get stuck for 3K with the person that I nom when I don't want them. So I have to be really careful. Let's try. Do we lock up luck skill, or is somebody gonna really fight me? I gotta get luck skill, so I don't wanna fuck around. Man, how about oh man, someone else might fight him. Just can't pay that much. Alright, I think I have to nom a DPP that if I get stuck with them, I'd be fine, and if not, that's fine too. So let's go ahead and nom. Let's do that. Totally fine if I get him for 3K. If someone comes over the top, I'll grab somebody else. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Drawing out a little bit of money. Yeah, these noms are really crucial, these last couple. Who's left on the bait list? Someone that I don't mind getting stuck with. Let's do Soul Gazer. That'll work. I forgot about him for a second. That'll work fine. If I get him for 3K, that's fine. And that should draw up some money. Okay. He's out, so let's try. Let's try this gentleman. It's a good buy. That's an underpay. 5. All right. 6. Oh, wow. Okay, other people agree that this guy's good. Roy's Stop Roar is shortage, and the dude could play. How much was that? 6K. Ooh, the Quasar. The Quasar. 6.5K. BKC's team is doing that. They need black white. They need everything is what they need. $8K Quasar, separation. Yeah, I mean this is where auction videos are not that exciting. I mean I could talk about my team, but I mean there's only so much to say, and I mean at the end of the day here, it's just a waiting game. I mean I'm just I don't have enough money to just fuck around and bid on everybody. There are specific players that I want to get here. So more or less I am just waiting until other managers spend money and or when the people that I want come up. My second GSC spot is a little sketch right now, so I'm going to have to reinforce that. I'm going to try to get 2 guys, and then the I'll probably try to get. Man, the key is that X-Ray can flex. That just gives me so much here. I can go for a black white or a DPP guy. That really gives me hope that I can. There's still dudes that are good. Snowfall, Manat, Vasti, Lighthouses. Luck skill, I think, is the key to my draft because he gives me the black-white GSC flexibility. So I would really like to lock up luck skill because he's the player that I want the most out of those that are remaining. I am going to hold off on getting him to maximize my chances of actually getting him. But I would say he is pretty huge to my draft. Okay, so we are just waiting on Rosie and HML to nominate Jacob, my SPL teammate, also my co-host in the Gen 8 kickoff tour. Very nice gentleman. He's a real good kid. He's like 22 years old, I think. Very polite guy. Pretty solid sub or low end starter. He's all three tiers that he signed up for. He dabbles into various extents. Good dude. I like Jacob. That's a good buy. 4.5, yeah, that sounds about right. He's better than a 3K player. He's a nice versatile sub, good team presence. No qualms with Jacob at all. I enjoyed working with him in SPL, and I hope I get to do so again. Alrighty, so where are these guys at? They have 7 dudes. They need a lot. They need 10 starters and 2 subs. So they need 5 players with their 20K. So they do not have a lot of wiggle room here. In fact, they have even less wiggle room than I do. Volpix03. 3K is too little for him. He would be worth a lot more if the tour included Gen 6, which it does not. 3K is still an underpay. But again, because I am in the financial position that I'm in, which is not having room to dick around, I simply am not going to upbid players because the difference between 3.5 and 3 actually matters quite a bit at this stage. Watchhog. Again, nice dude, has helped me with multiple tours, made spreadsheets for me, has always been a polite guy, somebody that I enjoy talking with 1v1. Not a player that I'm going to upbid when my ADV is already all set, but I'm glad that somebody purchased him. He's an underrated player, and he's a nice guy. So now we're back to the Mount Moon men, who are very low. They need 2 guys, they only have 8K. That means the most they could spend on anybody is 5, and then they would be stuck with the last player for 3, and they'd have the exact minimum amount of players. Coconut they're going to go for 3K, who I think had a terrible tour last time. I don't remember his record offhand, but I think he went like 03 or 04, something like that. I think he got smacked around the last time. He's a mod on Smogon, though, I believe. So he's going to be popular with Marco and PDC. That makes sense for me. But yeah, 3K buy, there he is. Coconut. Sam, same deal. Popular on Smogon. Not going to upbid him, but a versatile sub. Nice guy. Can't go too wrong having him as in the team environment. Yeah, there you go. 4K. 4K Sam, and that puts the defending champions Mountain Moon men out of the auction. And my guess, given this particular lineup, is that they will not be defending their title. I do not think Marco and PDC maximized their start. Rural plus Meadow Gross is very good. It doesn't look like they added too much to it. Posse is GSC, so he's not as good as he would be elsewhere. Behe's great, but 19K is outrageous. Behe plus Emerald, however, might be the best DPP in the tour to their credit. And then you just have guys that are guys. You have like Ace 11, Shortage. They're fine, but like it's not exciting. This isn't a bad team, but it doesn't look incredible. I don't know that that's a team that defends their title. Here comes Sheep. This guy is 4th Prince on Pokemon Perfect. Underrated DPP player. Same shit. Would I get him for 3K? Maybe, though there are other people that I prefer. Would I upbid him? Not a chance, especially when there are all these comparable-ish. I'm going to end up with like 8 decent DPP players. Is pretty much what this is looking like here. I'm going to have my pick of the litter, as they say. And I could see arguments for a lot of ways. Snowfall or Vusty are probably the most talented of this group. Um, Manat is the most versatile and the biggest tryhard. Lighthouses is somebody, as is A Hero's Destiny, that I have a personal relationship with. They were SPL teammates my first time around. I had them both on my Pokemon Online Grand Prix team that we went to the finals with. I've worked with them before, and they have great attitudes, and I know that they're players that would give effort to this tournament. Same deal here. This is a good buy. X-Line is worth, by quite a bit, worth more than 3K. There's an upbid. This guy could be difficult to reach. I don't know if he's super popular in the community. Kind of has an iffy reputation, but yeah, he's not a 3K sub. Talent-wise, he's better than that. He's someone that I did have on my list and that I genuinely would have considered buying. But yeah, I mean, it's just not in the cards. ADV is not a need right now, and upbidding is not a need right now. Jacob out of here. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly looking like there are a number of pretty decent players that are either going to get scraped up at the very end or not get purchased at all, which is unfortunate. Some of these guys definitely belong in the pool. Roll Ludicolo's GSC. My turn. Man, is M really going to be a douche about luck skill? Now's probably the time, right, where I have more money than everybody but M. Is he really going to needle me for it? I don't know who else I would nom at this point. It might just be time. Maybe Kichi. Yeah, we could try this once and then see where this goes. $3K, I'll take him. I'd really like to get money out of M specifically. $3K? There we go. There's an upbid. There we go. That's an even better upbid. Come on, M. Spend that money. Because if M spends money, I can guarantee myself luck skill, which is what I'm really after here. Alright, there we go. That was good. Now I have the most money. Now I can get my guy. Let's get him. Luck over skill. Man, did all these people delete their sign-ups? Ay. Okay. Well, so many... Okay. Let's see. No luck skill. Oibuff, TSR. That's going to make my second GSC spot not so hot. Getting boned this draft by people deleting and me not being aware that they have deleted. Undersea bruh. Alright, let's get... $3K Vusty. Cool. I like Vusty. Good sub. Versatile dude. See what he ends up going with here. Yeah, we're gonna have to grab TSR or... I'm not worried about the DPP at all. We just have to figure out the second GSC spot. Probably grab this guy and this guy and just kind of see where that goes. Narwhal! Narwhal deserves to be on a team somewhere. $3.5. Somebody outbid the Narwhal. Get Vusty in here. Yeah, made sure I had talked to him. Invite Vusty. TSR got scooped up there. All good. I do like TSR. Nice guy. And one of the better GSCs remaining. Starting to thin out here. I think we'll grab my buddy Oibaf here. I've wanted to work with Oibaf for a while. Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility left out of the guys in the pool. I love flexible lineups. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up with a whole hodgepodge of subs here, and I am A-okay with that. I love the flexibility and the versatility that multiple subs grants me, and a number of these players I think are genuinely good, and I'm not just buying them for the sake of not just buying them to be nice or whatever. I think there's people that I think can genuinely contribute to the team, and I'm looking forward to grabbing them. Just waiting for people to do their thing, but Oibaf is going to be my guy, and might grab both of these to be safe. Vusty we grabbed. Definitely a Vusty fan. Somebody grabbed Evito. Lock skill. Deleted his sign up like a jerk. Let's see. Nobody's nommed any of these guys, huh? Could nom me some Sam Best, a little ADV, and I guess to a lesser extent GSC security, but eh. Ugh, man. I'm gonna have to play some background music, I think, for the for the latter parts of my next auction video. It's just kind of dragging at the end here, and I apologize, guys. I mean, I wish I had more to say. I just basically waiting for my turn and picking from what is left on my list. Well, looks like M is leaving. Is Asta not here? Is he bid the whole time? I'm not sure. A hero's destiny. Goodbye. Like me some hero's destiny. Nice guy, versatile guy, was on my list. Glad that he got picked up. Yeah, I like a hero's destiny quite a bit. Where did he end up? Sunny Shore Shamans. Oh, it's Century Express. Those two are buds. Both Brazilian. I'm glad he got picked up. I totally would have nommed him too if, yeah, I definitely would have nommed him as well when it came to me at some point. Nom Chulio. Oh, he didn't delete. I just checked him this morning. Gonna check him this morning. Yeah, he's in there. Chulio is like the second to last person to sign up, I believe. He's like right here at the bottom. Yeah, he didn't delete. Just someone's trying to nom out of order, but he is definitely there. There's Chulio. P2. Man, I feel like it's going to be forever till it's my turn to nom. We are on the Shamans here. Okay, they must just be thinking. I mean, this is they can't buy two more players. They just have the 5.5, so this for them is effectively the last of their money. So I'm sure they're trying to be careful and calculated as to what they want to do with it. Check in with the team here, see what they like. Haru's gone for 3K. Okay, Moss Deep starting to move along a little faster here. I just need to pay attention and not lose out on Oibaf here. I'm going to have the next nom. What I got here? Manat. 5.5. Yeah, got him. All right. Making me spend more money, are we? That's fine. I mean, it just means I get one fewer sub. Is what it is. No, genuinely want them. Okay, so now we just have we have money for 3 subs in addition to what we have now, and that will be that. So let's go with. Let's start with. Let's see, Manat is gone. Oibaf we have. Let's start with. Okay. Whew. Ham, ham, ham. Lord Thor X. I had him on my Pokemon Online Grand Prix team. Nice dude. I have no clue who this is, but I hate his username. Devin Smokes Y'all. Come on, man. I think that's a terrible username. Just going through the motions at this point. People are running out of money. So yeah, because I wasn't going to get Ophion, to be perfectly honest, and maybe he'll see this in the video and be upset, but yeah, I was not planning on getting him, but I'd like to make KG slash the team in general happy, and yeah, I mean, KG requested him. Sprinkle said he's friends with him as well. I think that doing right by my players and making my players happy can never be a bad thing. If it were strictly up to me, I would probably use these final two spots on probably Snowfall and Lighthouses, or maybe Rokan and Lighthouses. Any of those three: Rokan, Snowfall, Lighthouses. Who else? Lucix I don't know as well, but he's a decent player. Alcione not getting bought is crazy. All right, that takes him out of it. I feel bad about some of these players not getting purchased. He deserves to get bought. He's a good sub. I'm glad that he got purchased. Okay. Pock. We are getting low. We are getting down to the nitty gritty here. Let me see here. What do we need? DPP is pretty covered. I mean, Sprinkles, Vusty, Brufasa, which is a terrible name change, but that's fatty. DPP's pretty covered. I can also move X-Ray if need be. The GSC is just going to stay where it is. So I don't know where that leaves us here. What do we really need? RBY needs zero help. GSC needs no help. ADV is pretty locked in unless KG goes inactive, which is bad, but I could make Fatty play. Worst comes to worst. Snowfall and Lushix are decent noms here. Uh, All right, we're gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna go for my boy, and then we will. Yeah, I'm gonna go for my boy, and then we will. We'll get Ophion with the final nom, and that should be that. And I believe we're done, unless someone comes over the top, which only 2 teams can. And no one did. So that is it. I guess I shouldn't have X'd out of that. Okay, so basically, I think I have the best black-white and the best RBY in the tour. I think that'd be pretty hard to argue. I might have the best ADV as well. It is certainly the most balanced ADV. There are teams with better ADV players, but then their second spot is worse. So basically, out of the 4 in any given matchup, they would have the 1, I would have the 2, 3, they would have the 4. I don't know that my ADV is dominant the way that I think my black-white and my RBY are going to be, but my ADV is solid. GSC, I have a lot of faith in 378. Oibov, I'm not as sure about, but we'll see. If he's good the way that 378 thinks that he is, then it's really solid. And the DPP, we have a lot of options, whether it is Sprinkles, whether it is Fatty, whether it is Lighthouses, whether it is Vusty. There's some options there. We've got room to experiment. I think I did a good job. There's certain drafts like the Pokemon Online Grand Prix one where I look at it and I go, I got this. I fucking had this. Clear as day. I knocked this out of the park. This is not one of those. I don't know if this is a 10 out of 10 team, but it's real solid. I'd give it a 9. I mean, I think I have the best in 2 out of 5 tiers in the tournament, and I think I don't have a blatantly weak spot anywhere. And I think I've got flexibility, and I think I've got a group of guys that are, for the most part, experienced tournament guys with good attitudes. I think we're going to have a good year. I think I've got a solid team. But time will tell. I appreciate you guys bearing with me through this 2-hour video, a lot of which was a whole lot of nothing. Overall, I'm happy with my team. Perhaps I'll do another video looking at the other teams once the starting lineups or projected starting lineups have come out and give you my honest opinion of how people did. But none of the teams, just based off memory, looked like total world beaters to me. I didn't look at any team and go, fuck, that team's way better than mine. How am I going to beat that team? I think we've got a real squad here, and I think we're going to be in the mix. So, see what happens. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this kind of content in the future. I will talk to you guys next time.